The entirely, you know, what you asked for before was just gate.
Yes.
And I have to give you a specific price for the gate.
Okay.
But the entire fabrication of this whole house, the burglaries, the tank stand, this see-through railings, the protectors and the railings. The entire fabrication the cost was 770,000.
7,770,000.
Yes,
including the tank stand
at the back. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Is there anything special that you did to actually save money in this process, like just like you did with the? Okay, you've already talked about
I've explained it.
Okay.
Yeah, because these things, the way you save this money, if you do it the way I do, design accordingly.
Okay.
And trust me, most of the things you see in the house is based on what the design is given, the architectural design.
Okay.
And you have the brief.
Okay.
So the window, everything about the window you are seeing here.
Yes.
Yes, the glass, the reflective glass, the profile will cost us 4,850,000. That includes the labor and the transportation to here. But of course, it was also fabricated here.
Okay.
It was done here. So we gave our guy transport. But as the last time we came here,
okay, it was not plastered.
It was not plastered.
I remember.
Yes, but before that plastering, we did internal plumbing. There's the plumbing distribution, there's water heater, the shower, those stuffs.
Pressure testing
and everything. So that one cost us about a hair. So if you add that, you'll be able to know what it gives us. So then I think the total cement we used for this security house, because the block work took 18 bags of cement, 18 bags of cement for the security house. The German floor took 50 to site.
Transportation to the site?
Yes.
Okay.
But there's something very important I want to talk about, the doors.
Yes, the doors.
Which is as very important, and one other thing, that the electrical cables.
Yes, we did talk about electrical cables.
So the doors, my God. The doors, the doors are in their different
categories.
Yes. But the total cost of the door was to site.
Transportation to the site?
Yes.
Okay.
But there's something very important I want to talk about, the doors.
Yes, the doors.
Which is as very important, and one other thing, that the electrical cables.
Yes, we did talk about electrical cables.
So the doors, my God. The doors, the doors are in their different
categories.
Yes. But the total cost of the door was.
All right, guys, welcome back to the channel again. And the last time I stood at this very point and you saw this house, it wasn't like this. As you can see from the video I'm showing you right now, it was a total different thing. Now we've done updates. We have gates, we have windows, we have security house, fencing has been done and all. So basically, this video is an update of what has happened in this house in the last few months, or since the last time I showed it to you guys, right? So Engineer Desmond, of course, is the head man that has been spearheading all of this. And this is a straight to the point video. I don't want to ask him to walk you through the process of how all of this happened, but we're going to be giving you a cost breakdown of individual items that we've added at this point, like the gate, the wiring, the windows, the security house, the fence that has been completely done, and all of that, right? Engineer Desmond, first of all, as I said, it's straight to the point. Let's start from the gate here. Tell us about this gate, how you fabricated it, how it was done, and how much it actually cost you to do it.
Thank you so much. This gate was fabricated here on site. Okay, so of course we are in finishing stage. Yeah. As at the last time we did the carcass.
It was just the carcass.
It was carcass. So now we are in finishing stage.
Right.
So when you do finishing, it's stage by stage. So when we are doing finishing, basically just a brief on how we do our finishing. Every stage of the finishing, we call the persons involved, our team. Okay, you are the one doing gates. Come, this is the size of gate I want to do, in line with the client's decisions. We take a cost, recipe, and then we go to the market, do the costing, then we share it with our client. But we have this team that works on site with us. So this gate was done for 1,100,000.
Okay.
So, but assuming we are going out there to buy a remade gate, and then probably we may buy more than this money.
Okay, how much will you have bought this?
Maybe 200 or 300,000 extra. And of course, transportation or bringing it. The person about this period in Nigeria, fuel is so expensive. You know the cost of the petroleum product. So they will tell you, okay, no distance that is cheap is very, very expensive. So I'm sure with the transport, we'll end up spending additional 300,000 or thereabout, or 400. But what I did was not just the gates, the entire fabrication materials, the railings, the burglary rails, the tank stand, the railings, every other thing that was done that concerns the fabrication stuff.
carried it inside one vehicle?
Yes, we went to the larger market after having their costing and their bills in each of them. The money was sent, and then we go to the market, we procure them, and then we bring them right here, and it was fabricated.
Carried all of them inside one truck?
Inside one truck.
So that way transport was...
Thank you. So it's not that a gate was done somewhere, you pay gate transport 50,000. Tank stand was, of course, tank stand, look at how big that tank stand is. We did it on the side. But if you have to bring it after it has been fabricated, there's no how you will not spend more than 100,000 for just that tank stand. So at the end of the day, the total money we used in bringing this thing here was about 150,000 for everything, every fabrication materials. But the tank stand alone, with the short distance, you can pay close to 80,000. Okay. So, but what we do is that this gate, this is the price, and we add up the transport. So we inculcated everything. So this gates, the cost was 1,100,000 on delivery.
Okay. Does that include the labor of the people that fabricated it?
Yes, yes.
Oh, wow.
Except the installation. Of course, the installation is the civil part of it, not the fabrication work. The installation of it also have a different category, which is the masonry, the work, the draftsmen, the mason guys. So that we now do that bill separately, which consume cement, block, sand, granite, and what have you. So those ones have their own grouping. Okay. But you know, we talk about the gates specifically.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, and again, it is also important to note that this is a rolling gate.
Yeah, it's a rolling gate.
It's not a butterfly gate.
Yeah, it's not a butterfly. It rolls
this way.
It rolls to the wall, and then you have your space to move in.
Yes.
And the compound can take as many cars, between 5 to 6 cars.
Okay, and just to add plus what in this month said, remember the last time there was a video we did where we showed you guys a land that we fenced somewhere in Owerri, and I asked Engineer Desmond what is the difference between having a butterfly gate and a rolling gate. Now, if your land is not big and you put in a house like this, it will just be important to use a rolling gate, because the rolling gate will not open like a butterfly gate and occupy space. Yeah. It will just slide to the side. And that way, you can drive out easily without any issues. And
with this, you can even install the remotes.
Yes, you can install an automated remote.
Automated remote letter that when you're coming, you press it to roll to each side.
Yes, as you're approaching the gate just opens.
Yes, or just roll to the side.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so what's the next item on the list?
The next thing is the gatehouse.
Okay.
And the fencing.
No, before we go to the gatehouse, let's just talk about the fabrication as a whole, since we've talked about the gate.
Okay.
Let's talk about the railings inside. They are very beautiful. The ones on the staircase, on both the landlord side and the other flat, and then the ones on the fence here.
Okay, so the fabrication. Okay, but we did it in segment, though.
Yes. Let's.
Okay. The entirely, you know, what you asked for before was just gate.
Yes.
And I have to give you a specific price for the gate.
Okay.
But the entire fabrication of this whole house, the burglaries, the tank stand, these see-through railings, the protectors and the railings. The entire fabrication the cost was 7,770,000. Everything fabrication in this house.
Okay.
Yes.
And the most expensive part of it is the gate.
Is the gate and the tank stand.
And the tank stand. Oh, this money includes this 7 million.
Yes, 7,770,000.
7,770,000.
Yes,
including the tank stand
at the back. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Is there anything special that you did to actually save money in this process? Like just like you did with the you've already talked about
explained it.
Okay.
Yeah, because these things, the way you save this money, if you do it the way I do, and if you also have the team, the kind of team I have, that is the only way you save money. Because, for example, the man who will do this tank stand will take money from you and take it to his workshop. But even if he try to give you a discounted price, but the quality. Because why we do this thing, we discussed it in our previous video.
Quality control.
Yes, in one of our sites in Owerri. Why we do this on site is you control the quality, you control time, and you control cost. Okay. 3 things, very important. Time, quality and cost. The cost is that you are going to save money in this gesture. Number 2, your time. If you allow them work in their workshop, if the guy came and said, engineer, this one alone, allow me. I said, no, it's not possible. And before you know, this guy finished work in less than 2 weeks.
Meanwhile, in the shop now,
he will
collect other jobs.
He will take like 15 jobs and he will delay you. And then you also control the quality. You are seeing the quality of what you bought. Like you go to the market, you look at this gate now. If I hit it, you notice it's very, very strong. Because these things, there are tricks in them. They are tricks. You have gauge, 2 mm, 3 mm, 1.5 mm, and you will not know. When they bring them together, they were not like this. They come in detachment, in piecemeal. You know,
cutting,
welding. So these things come in piecemeal. So you weld them together. Everything, even the fancy you're saying, it comes in piecemeal. So, but after they have add them together, you will not know the gauge.
Okay.
But right in the larger market where they are selling it, you'll be able to, okay, I need so thing 1.5. I need this other thing because they are in different items. So everything came out 7,770,000 naira.
Okay, for this 8-bedroom duplex.
Yes, for everything about the fabrication.
Okay, what's the next item on
the next thing is the window.
The windows.
As you can see that we have done the windows.
The GMP windows.
The GMP windows.
Okay, so first of all, before you give us the price breakdown of the windows, quick question. Now, I noticed that in recent times, maybe in the last 5 years, the style of windows have changed. It's no longer squarish windows that we normally use. It's now one small rectangular.
Yeah.
Is there a reason for this, or is just the trend of the moment?
The reason is because the architecture has changed. The designs of building change and innovative. Like this design is the modern.
The trending design.
The innovation happen. You have to catch up. Okay. So when we are designing, we also design accordingly. Okay. And trust me, most of the things you see in the house is based on what the design is given, the architectural design.
Okay.
And you have the brief. Okay. So the window, everything about the window you are seeing here.
Yes.
Yes, the glass, the reflective glass, the profile will cost us 4,850,000. That include the labor and the transportation to here. But of course, it was also fabricated here.
Okay.
It was done here. So we gave our guy transport money. He brought his equipment here, and then he did it right.
The fabricator.
Yes, he came from Port Harcourt and did it right here.
Oh, you brought him all the way from Port Harcourt to Asaba?
Yes, everybody that works here come from
different places.
Different places, Lagos, and all that. It's our team. Okay. So whenever we have work, we invite them over.
Bring them over.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything special you would like to tell us about the process that of the fabrication of the windows?
Well, the process I will only say is that after we collected money from our clients, we meet hinge of high price hike.
So how did you fix it?
So I have to go to Onitsha, and then I call my customer. My customer said, please talk to, so they now gave me a link, and I was able to use that difference, and I was able to work within that budget.
Within the budget?
Because we almost had, and it's our style, we don't go back to our clients. We try to make sure, because that's why once we are giving money, we execute. Because price inflation is a problem in the country we are. So the next one I want to talk about is, okay, of course, inside this 4,850,000, we also use it to produce all the toilet doors.
Oh, yeah.
That fiber toilet door you're seeing.
You also fabricated inside this amount of money?
Yeah, this amount of money. It was also done in this same amount you're seeing. All the toilet door, the house has 8 bedrooms and there are 8 rooms. And the security house has kitchen and the toilet that has that same door, but they're smaller doors. And then we have each of the flats has extra toilets.
Okay.
So
visitors.
So basically we have 8 toilets plus the 3, 11 plus 2 here. That's about 13 toilets.
Okay.
Yes. So this amount went inside there.
4 million.
Yes, 4 million. Which that cost took us about because each of it in ratio is about 78,000 naira. Each of that door. Okay. So we just extract 78,000 because we have to calculate what the materials that went in there. Oh, okay. So 78,000 from this, that we used about 4,114,000 for the GMP windows. Okay. But this includes transportation anyway and the labor. But it was that same person that did them on site. Okay. So we'll talk about the plastering. Yes, but as the last time we came here.
Okay, it was not plastered.
It was not plastered.
I remember.
Yes. But before that plastering, we did internal plumbing. There's the plumbing distribution, there's water heater, the shower, those stuffs. Pressure testing and everything. So that one cost us about 7,815,000, which consists of the piping, plumbing piping, electrical piping. Don't forget the electrical piping we did before during the carcass was the decking stage because you can't revisit it. Okay, so we have to now do switches, sockets, every other part of it. So that cost us. Then we also did plastering, scaffolding. What you're seeing on the body of the house is called scaffolding. You cannot start doing plastering up there without having this scaffold done. So scaffolding takes some money, cement, labor, and of course sand. So this plastering project that consists of the scaffolding, the electrical piping, the electrical piping, the plumbing and the water view, we spent about 7,815,000.
Okay.
Yes. Then the next thing.
No, hold on. Let's go back to that plastering.
Okay.
How many bags of cement went into the plastering of this house? Can you remember?
About 350.
350 bags of cement.
Yes.
How much did you buy cement out of the when you bought the cement for
7,500.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so that amount is included in the 7 million.
Yes. That cement alone took about 2.2 million, 200 something thereabout.
Okay.
Yes.
So what did that thing again took money again in that process, apart from the labor?
The electrical internal piping took 1,054,000.
Okay.
The electrical piping that we now use the opportunity to buy those DBs that you are seeing in different flats.
Okay.
Where you have the boxes coming out.
Okay.
We also the plumbing internal piping cost us 1,423,000.
Okay.
This is because we use PPR pipe. Yes.
What is PPR pipe?
PPR pipe is a kind of a special pipe. It's a Turkey imported pipe.
Okay.
It doesn't have leakages. It's good. It's the greenish kind of pipe in the markets. It's Turkish. It's an imported materials.
Okay.
You won't have this issue of leakages. My pipe is leaking in the room, and that's where you have it. Go and rest.
Okay, PPR pipe.
Yeah, so that costs us about 1,400,000. That's inclusive my materials and labor. While the electrical is about 1.2. You see, if you subtract this, so the plastering actually took like, I think, plus cement about 3 point something to 4 million naira.
Okay.
Yes. So the next thing I want us to talk about was the fencing, because as at the time we came here,
yes,
the fence was incomplete.
Half.
Was half. We've done it, but some part of it were broken. Wasn't
down.
well done and everything. We didn't finish it.
Okay, it was not finished yet.
Or not finished for a reason. So that fencing, we added it with the construction of the security house.
Okay.
Because the last time.
Okay, the bill
governed that. That's the entire fencing of this one plot of land and the security house.
Is it up to the plot of land?
Yes, this one plot of land. Yes,
okay.
This one plot, exactly one plot.
Okay.
Just that the size of the house is big.
Okay.
Because it's 3 flats, and we also have the security house because this house is more or less like a holiday house.
Okay.
So it's expedient. We have the flat we have so that someone can actually be around maybe when our client is not in, and there should be a security man too. That is the essence for this.
Okay.
So we did the fencing around the house and also the security house, and which govern the building of the security house and the gen house behind,
yes,
and also the roofing, everything about it cost us 7,529,000.
Can you give us a breakdown of that 7 million in this for the fence and the security house?
Okay, good.
If you can.
You know that in the fencing, there is a block version.
Yes.
There's a block that you're seeing. There's a block version. There's a cement version. There's a granite version. The cement and the block is the most expensive part here.
Okay.
Then the roofing itself is Lekki style. The Lekki style, you are not seeing it. We didn't do this other style because it wasn't necessary, and we didn't want to also, because if we have done this style,
to have an elevation,
and to
cover that balcony,
that design, and we didn't ever wanted that.
Okay.
So of course, when I brought the design, my client said exactly, I didn't know how you have this knowledge. Because he actually asked us, please explore your ideas. He said, whatever you do, because the little we have done, he's happy. He's impressed. Him and his family, they are all happy. So he said, engineer, do what? So I just told him, of course, according to the design of this house, this gate house wasn't here, supposed to be here.
Yeah, I remember.
So, but if you are put it here, it will completely cover this house. So we have to move it that way, because in that section doesn't really have, so it's except the upper part. So the roofing, the skeleton roofing and the wood, the zinc there, you are not seeing, cost us close to 500,000, about 500,000 and thereabouts. Okay, I would say that the roofing itself, the skeleton and the zinc, that's the roofing sheet you are not seeing.
Yes.
Took us, because the roofing sheet we spent 325,000
okay.
for the roofing sheet. It's bigger than one size of room, but there's security house, there's a gen house behind. Okay, so then the skeleton wood took us about 210,000. That's including transport, and then the labor, of course, the labor is minimal. The labor is 80,000 naira for everything, including the installation of the zinc and of course the roofing skeleton.
That's what the security house we're talking about now.
So the block work of the security house, because there's a block part of it. That's the laying of the block. The laying of the block, I think we bought like 350 blocks or so as the first instance, but that didn't go anywhere. So we bought about 700 blocks.
Okay.
700 blocks.
That's what went in there.
That's what went in there. But the block is sold at 450 naira per one, as when we were buying it. But now the price has added up. So if you add that, you'll be able to know what it gives us. So then I think the total cement we used for this security house, because the block work took 18 bags of cement, 18 bags of cement for the security house. The German floor took 15 bags. Then the laying of the blocks, the foundation itself took, I think the total cement was 60 bags of cement.
Okay, that went into that security house?
Yes, 60 bags.
Wow.
Yes, 60 bags.
So the total now for everything, including, I know the fence was not done all at once. We did this and then prices were varying
according to the.
From your record now, everything, fence and the security house cost. You said it cost
7,270,000. 7,529,000.
This is adjusted for inflation as time went by.
Yes.
Okay. What's the next item on the list?
The next item is the soccerware.
Okay.
The soccerware.
The septic tank.
The septic tank. Of course, the septic tank. Well, if I said it cost us 1.2 million naira, which was what our client sent, but we had leftover materials that we didn't buy. Okay, of course, you know how we do our soccerware. The reinforcement part, car can park on top, and all those, and it doesn't get filled. So if I said, let me add all that is needed, we should have spent like 1.6.
1.6 million.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you have to have a proper reinforcement, which is a iron has to be well calculated and in a close proximity.
Yeah.
So we had blocks we didn't buy because we had blocks out of the fence project. We had a sand out of the fence project. Of course, it's an ongoing site. So what my client sent for us was 1,200,000 that we use in buying cement, the excavation, and then the granite, and then to build up the soccerware.
Okay.
So it was 1.2 million naira.
All right.
Because we have leftover materials from other channels. So currently we are doing POP.
Okay.
In the house.
All right.
And yet unfinished, but we have done like 85%.
Okay. You want to go through the
because it's
POP material?
Yes, we'll just mention it because we'll cover it next time. We'll do that in next time.
Okay, so how much is your estimate to put POP in this house?
About 5,465,000.
For all the rooms, toilets,
everywhere, including security house, everywhere.
4 million?
5 million.
5 million?
Yes. That includes materials and labor.
Okay.
And of course, cost of delivery to site.
Transportation to the site?
Yes.
Okay.
But there's something very important I want to talk about, the doors.
Yes, the doors.
Which is as very important, and one other thing, that the electrical cables.
Yes, we need to talk about electrical cables.
So the doors, my God. The doors, the doors are in their different
categories.
Different
styles.
Yes. But the total cost of the door was about 4 million naira.
4 million for all the doors?
All the doors. The reason is because the toilet doors was already fabricated during the window work.
Okay.
So we didn't buy them.
So you didn't buy those ones?
Thank you. So the doors here are the external doors and the internal doors, the turkey doors.
Okay, so tell us about the kind of doors.
They are turkey doors.
Okay.
What's
special about it?
The entrance one, well, the turkey doors are good quality doors, and that's what it is. And the entrance are steel turkey doors. It has some steel inside of them.
Okay.
And it has this of security, but it's not bulletproof.
Okay.
Of course,
are there bulletproof versions?
They are bulletproof version of turkey door.
Okay.
But of course, the price, now, it's not.
The price will be able to catch bullet now, so it will be heavy.
Exactly. So, but for security, it's good. Okay. Security door. So the cost of door was 3,955,000. But now the installation cost is not included here. Yes, that's the cost of installing them, and of course, putting up the cement together and installing them, which that one cost us about 280,000 for the cost of installation. And when we buy our doors, the guys who are selling will give us their installer. But of course, I have my own installer, trained installer. So once we are buying, our installer comes along, because they have to come from Port Harcourt sometimes, from Lagos if need be. So just that they do us what we want. Okay, then the electrical cable.
Yes.
We have done. The house has all wires. The security house and everywhere has their wires in place. So once we are done POP tiling, the next thing is we get appliances and start fixing our socket. So that electrical cable costs us, of course, it's Nigerian cable, which is about the best. You know, you should know that.
Nigerian cable. At least finally, Nigeria, whenever you talk about this Nigerian cable,
yes,
I was saying, finally Nigeria has something that we can use and brag.
Yes, Nigerian cable, which is because they are likes of the Lagos Star, Goldman, Maker Star, and the Goldman wire, and so many of them in the market. Good ones, good copper. Nigerian cable, and they have.
So wait. So finally, now, if I bring materials on site now, cables on site, so somebody can boldly say, if this is not Nigerian cable, I'm not going to use it.
But that's what it is.
Wow.
That's what it is.
At least so we have something that we can use and brag in this country.
Okay.
last.
So that cost us almost 6 million naira, but it was 5,974,000.
5,974,000 for the electrical
cable wirings. Yes.
Okay. Does that include labor?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that includes the labor.
The labor.
And then there's another thing we did, which is in view, the screeding.
Yes. Okay.
If you check through the parlor, the screeding has started in some area. But just like the POP has to happen before the screeding. And
what's your budget for that?
It's about 3 billion. We have already bought the materials.
Okay.
It's already here.
Okay,
and
so
it's been budgeted, so it's ongoing. So it's the same team who are doing the POP that will also do that. But it has not been done yet, but it's in view.
Okay.
We have the materials here. So it's in the process.
So it's about 3 million?
Yes, 3,765,000. That includes materials and labor. And the outside also be screeded. Yes, the outside will be screeded. Now, the last but not the least here I want to talk about is the pressure testing.
Okay.
Now, I talked about pressure testing.
What is pressure testing first?
Good.
So that in case somebody out there is watching does not understand.
Good. Pressure testing is an arrangement whereby you allow water to go through the pipes in the toilets that you have installed before tiling.
Okay. Basically testing if how the water will come out in the different showers and taps and how.
Don't forget the tap showers not yet installed. Shower not yet installed, but in the walls of the house, toilet, kitchen, and every other part of the house has pipes that
have already been laid
before plastering.
Carry water.
Yeah, we just mentioned that cost like over 1.something million naira, that PPR pipe.
Yes.
So now, since we have now installed our tank stand and we got our tank up there, and then we have our borehole.
Channel to the house.
We have our borehole, as you know. So we put in our water into the tank and then call our plumbers to run pipe into the house, into the channel, so that water can flow in through those toilets, into those pipes. It's like a channel, it runs through. So that running through now, and it will stay for as long as we want, is called pressure testing.
Okay.
As I speak to you now, there's water in this house. So if there is any leakages anywhere, in as much as the pipe we use, we are sure of ourselves.
But you just have to test.
If there's any, thank you. Because water is a threat to construction. That's why you see road built is broken. A lot of things happen, like in Lekki where we build. Whenever we have a job that is in the swamp, we take extra measures. We have to go through soil test process, structural design, because the land over there. So water is a threat to construction. So if you have leakage in your house, you will not be happy. It's not a good thing at all, and it spoils things. So that's pressure testing. We have to pressure test it before we tile. And as I speak to you now, there's water in this house. So when we are done, when we are set to tile now, we just start placing tile on the toilet and the kitchen. We are not worried because there is no
tested and everything is good.
If there is, we treat it now.
Treat it now.
So the process of pressure testing is very important in the house. It saves you a whole lot of troubles at the long run.
Okay, because I know most engineers don't do it. Like I've been in construction sites where they build from beginning to the end.
No, I won't do that.
And I didn't hear anything like pressure testing.
No, that's why.
In fact, I'm sure some of you watching, this is the first time you're hearing something like pressure testing. But it's important you hire a professional engineer to actually handle your projects. This is when you hire certain kinds of engineers that know what they are doing. It's not just because they know how to build. It's experience. You know, to find a way to avoid issues before it
will come.
To handle issues before they escalate in the future. That's basically what.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you two things here before we close out. Number one is, before I start a project anywhere, we have to have a borehole. Because trust me, when you finish that house, you need water to live in.
Yeah.
Okay? So you're not going to be going to stream to fetch water. If you are building that kind of house, we know that, okay, we are building those type of house. But in this modern age, I've not seen that house. We are building that. You have to go to the stream and start going to toilet outside. You know, you don't need someone like us if you want to do that kind of house. You don't need someone like us.
Yeah, anybody.
Anybody can do that, but this kind
and
a better, this kind and this above, this kind, it is what it has to be. So when I go in one of our sites in Owerri, I noticed that the engineer has built a house and it's almost about roofing, and it was he even had a tank. I think the owner of the house gave him money to go buy a tank, which he did well, but he don't have a borehole. Not to talk about having a tank up there. So, but I don't do that. First of all, when I come into the site, the first thing we have to try and have a borehole.
Okay.
It will look as if it is difficult to get. No, but when you finish this house, you need a borehole. In course of construction, we need a borehole. I've even gone to some parts in Nigeria, in Suka, where we went to work. It's difficult to have a borehole there. In short, that borehole in that area is not easy. But now, I now ask my clients, how do people here survive? I start checking around. They say they buy tank. They buy water from the tanker. And that's what they use in building. Of course, that's what we did. But you know what I did? When I got there, before we start the foundation, we got some tanks, about 3 tanks. And we buy water from the tanker and they will store up water for us to be working. Before I get to the stage of tiling, we have called our welder, our fabrication guy from Port Harcourt. The guy produced a tank stand. Then we lift those tanks up. Are you listening? We lift those tanks up. The 3 tanks were all up to the height that to supply to the house. Now, I did pressure testing. There's no borehole. So whenever tanker comes, I have to introduce an outlet, a pipe, so that when the tanker comes, it will socket it, water will go there. That house you came in Suka is in our channel. So I did that tank stand before we even start plastering of the house. So we did pressure testing. After the plumbing pipe were laid inside. And then, so before I even go into tiling, that it was later like 2-3 months, water was inside running just like this one. We've not tiled yet, but there's water inside the whole pipe. Running, staying there, just checking, being there, because water don't hide. So if it's leaking, you will see it.
All right, guys, so there you have it. You guys are always asking for how much it will cost to build the house, how much it will cost to build the house. Now, all you have to know is that costing differs for different projects, right? So there's no one specific amount that it will cost you to build one particular kind of house. So that's why we're giving you a cost breakdown of a house like this. This is an 8-bedroom duplex. For you to have a fair idea of, okay, if I wanted to go into this project, maybe this is what I need to have. And also you need to have sincere engineers like, yours truly, so that you'll be able to save money. Like, we're able to come out here and mention figures exactly as they are written on paper. This is the same thing the client have, right? Because when we do this project, we're not after your money. We're after delivering the project for you, and we're after our labor fee. We're not after your materials. That's why we give you the liberty to procure your materials if you want to, so that you have peace of mind and know where your money is going into. So as always, my name is Kingsley. This is Engineer Desmond. This is The Building Phase. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next project. Bye for now.
Thank you.